Say goodbye to Spotify. Hey everybody, how's it going? Thanks for coming today. We're a little later than normal, but you know what? We're here. We're happy. We're not in panic mode. Satan, take it away.
I will take it away. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for coming back and catching this next installment of our little mini arc called Ground Zero, which we have the amazing Saucefire here with us to guest on this mini arc. And we're going to do a quick intro about who we are and a recap, and then we'll jump right into it. Let's start off with our amazing guest, Gray.
Why, hello. I'm Saz, he, him, and today I will be playing Royal Butterfield, also he, him, the halfling fighter.
Oh, question.
Why, yes.
If you had to pick one ice cream topping to have for the rest of your life, what would it be? Either yours or Royals?
I think I would pick a nice, fudge sauce, just because that goes well on everything. I think Royal would definitely be either sparkles or what is it, Jimmy's, or just like a handful of everything.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some people call them Jimmy's.
Yeah.
It's like the soda pop fight.
Oh yeah, is it pop? Is it soda? Unless you're in the deep south where everything's Coke.
Yeah.
We call it juice here. Everything that's a liquid that comes in a bottle.
Well, that's wrong. Anyway,
juice.
we're just going to say that's wrong.
At the doctor's office. Give me 12 cc's of juice.
Next, RJ. Same question, same info.
Why did you do this to me? Hi, everybody. I'm RJ. Today I'll be playing Roland Granbrook, both he, him. He is a sorcerer, cleric, and also a half-elf. For toppings, myself, I am very partial to Oreo crumbles, and I don't know. I feel like Roland is like a peanut guy.
It's like the healthier side of things.
Yeah, or if he wants to get like a little like naughty with it, probably like a what was it in a cone, but then it has the hard chocolate casing,
Mhm.
Oh, like a dipped cone. Yeah.
like a
Like the
dipped
magic
cone.
shell. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I enjoy that. Next, Jen.
Hi, I'm Jin. I use she, her. I play Milo. He uses he, him. For me, I probably would use. I like those broken up peanuts on top of my ice cream a lot. That's really nice because it has a nice crunch to it. And for Milo, probably chocolate sauce or fudge.
And next, Sarah.
Hey guys, I'm Sarah, she, her. Lucy is my changeling lizard warlock. I don't know. Were we saying what we're playing today or just talking about ice cream? I had
Both.
I just
ADHD
want to
brain and
talk about
checked
ice
out.
cream.
Both.
Okay, Lucy, my changeling lizard warlock. Pronouns depend on the body that she's in, but mostly she, her. Um, she likes all the toppings on her ice cream. As long as it's peanut butter chocolate ice cream, all the toppings. She would probably be the kind of person to go get one of those nasty monster shakes that have like a slice of pizza like shoved in them.
Like just
She's
a donut on top.
yeah, with the donut on top and like a mountain of whipped cream and some
a
sprinkles.
slice of cheesecake.
Yeah, slice of cheesecake. She is girl's got an appetite and a sweet tooth. And I actually really dislike toppings, so I'm just a plain Jane. Give me my my ice cream, sort of gal.
That's fair. Hi everyone. I should have introduced myself first, but I forgot. My name's Satan. I use she, they, and then I'll be every other character, and they'll use a variety of pronouns. I personally like, I'm a simple gal. If it's like a simple ice cream, like if it's chocolate, I'll get like marshmallows in it. Or I really love, I don't know if it counts as a topping because it's already in the ice cream, cookies and cream, but I'll get more Oreos on it
Yeah, if you're adding to
and
it,
caramel. Like that combination, cookies and cream and like caramel, is actually really fucking good.
I don't know if it counts as a topping, but I'll just take another scoop of ice cream on it.
Yeah, just another scoop of ice cream is fine. I have many characters, so we're just not gonna go through all of them. But yeah, I will say, who wants to do a recap? I will say, Jen. I think you did it last time, but I think with
You
the
did
day that we're having, you're the best one.
You did such a good job of
or
it.
should we ask our guest to recap and be very
Ooh.
evil?
Yes, actually, Saucefire, what happened last time?
Okay, but I'm going to tell you entirely from Royal's perspective.
Oh, that's perfect.
So it might not be entirely
You
accurate.
gotta use the voice.
Oh, but which one? Which one?
Both.
After a long day at sea, the adventurers, the Nexus Adventurers, were eventually beset by a ship piloted by the undead. Bravely, Royal Butterfield leapt all by himself across the ship, slaying many a undead fiend, before single-handedly taking on the pirate captain with no assistance offered by anyone. Afterward,
this is exactly what happened.
Afterwards, Royal was rewarded for his bravery with a feast in his honor, where he and Milo also were able to pet a dog.
But yes, in actuality, after venturing out to sea, headed towards the Undead Isles, the Grey Lady was first beset by storms, if memory serves. And the Nexus Adventurers had to batten down hatches and basically make the ship actually seaworthy. Don't tell the captain. Where they were actually beset by a ship of the undead. While Royal went across probably a little foolhardily, Lucy took charge manning the cannons, And after Royal got in over his head, he was saved by Milo from the pirate captain. At which point, Rollin turned into a sperm whale and just ate the ship.
He ate the captain specifically.
Oh yes, no, he landed on the ship and then ate the captain.
Yeah. Thank you for the amazing recap. Very excited. But yes, after an encounter with a ghost ship that went south for the ghost ship and it being entangled in ghostly chains and uh broken in half by the cannons that Lucy was manning, um you were all able to survive that with um a few wounds on your ship, but Royal, who is a carpenter, and with the carpenter that is on ship, you were able to fix that and keep making your way towards this undead island, Dread Isles. It has many unfortunate names that nobody wants to mess with. Um, but the storm, it settled for now. The skies are still gray and windy. The waters are still dark. But it is not long before the um the lookout, the our dear Kenku that is up on the crow's nest to shout out to you all, land ahead. And to those make anyone who wants to can go ahead and roll me a perception check.
I'm not good at these, but I'll try. Nope. In true Lucy fashion, she gets a 6 on a perception check.
Royal rolled a 1. I picture Royal is right now sizing up the figurehead on the ship and wondering if he has enough time to start carving a new one. Probably of himself.
Yeah, the
Rolled a
figure.
13.
You rolled a 13. Okay. Royal, you're examining this figurehead. It's really beautiful. It is of a beautiful by features. Um, I think you would. It's the general kind of siren, with the mermaid tail, that wraps around the head, and it's really beautiful, really expert craftsmanship. But you're like, I could do better. And Lucy, you know that look on Royal's face, even though you spend maybe about a week with him. You're like, oh god, this is gonna go wrong.
After you spent a week avoiding him.
Yeah. But Milo, I would say with a 13, especially being pointed out, you're able to see the silhouette of an island. Even the silhouette itself is a very imposing thing. It is all jagged rocks and darkness. You can't see details, but even looking at it, you can tell there's an ever foreboding presence from it. Now, we are going to go into a skill challenge as we get closer to the island. You okay there, RJ?
You went and had whole milk, didn't you? Didn't you?
No, it's almond milk on my thing. It's fine.
As you get closer to the island, the water itself is still dark. But you can see that coming from the edges of it are large jutted out rocks. And it's going to take a skill challenge for you all to guide this ship to get to shore. First of all, to find where on the coast you can land, because from this angle, all you see is cliffs and crags on the shore. You're gonna have to help direct the ship so it doesn't hit any of the rocks or any of the reefs that you see. So we're going to go into a skill challenge. For those who are new to skill challenges, there are fourth edition thing that we like to bring up. Basically, instead of just rolling to see what happens, our players will each roll a specific skill of their choosing to help guide the ship. And there's a set DC. Uh, 3 successes, I believe. There's 5 of you.
It's basically you either do 5 successes, 3 failures, or some combination of that.
It's 5 successes and 3 failures. So, if they succeed, they are able to guide the ship with ease. If they fail, well, we'll see what happens. But basically, they'll pick a skill to roll for it, whether it's perception, sleight of hand, whatever they think applies best to this. And the next person can choose another skill that is not the skill that the person before them used. So, um, I will say, um, who wants to help? Who's helping with what in this ship?
Is Royal good at doing? If no one wants to go first, I think Royal is going to.
If I can catch people in it, Roland's going to clap his hands and cast a bless at 4th level to target himself, Milo, Lucy, and Royal.
You can all gather up before you.
We all do hands in the middle.
And then I'm also going to use
Right.
my emboldening bond targeting Milo, Lucy, and Royal. So whenever you roll a skill check, roll 2d4.
Ooh.
Nice.
Royal feels quite emboldened.
I'm here to make you better.
No, you make me feel like a better person.
I'm sorry, Mr. Royal, but I'm already spoken for.
That is quite unfortunate. I think Royal is going to run to the very front of the ship and try to shout out if he sees any like coral reefs or stray manatees that are getting too close to the ship that may collide.
Okay. I believe that would be about a perception check.
Can we go with survival?
Yes, we can go with survival. Go ahead.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. I have +4 in both of those, but
either or is up to you.
Okay, so let's just roll the d20 first. Oh, that's a nat 20.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
But what is it with the extra 2d4?
Roll me all the dice. So nat 20 plus 4, that's 24 plus the 2d4.
24, 26, and one more d4 is that is 27 in total.
27, amazing. With that 27, you are able to call out. You've been able to pick up the ship jargon and directing, and with Captain Bullseye at the helm, you're able to call out where you see the dangers, where you think there's a more open path for the ship to move forward through. And with your direction, she's able to guide the ship closer to land without the ship taking any damage from the reefs or jagged rocks.
Vast, watch out for that beer 6-pack holder that someone carelessly threw into the ocean.
Lucy will go next. She's going to use investigation to kind of read over Anthony's maps and point out to Bullseye the locations where ships previously went ashore.
Okay.
With a dirty 20.
Dirty 20,
nice.
Amazing. With a dirty 20, you are besides Captain Bullseye and pointing out, looking at the map, pointing out where you believe the landing area was from the side that is marked on Anthony's maps. She looks at the map, listens to you, looks at the coastline, and spots that area and starts moving that way. The Gray Lady gently and carefully moving through these rocks with Royal's help, to the landing area of this island. Next, who would like to go next? Milo or Len?
Mm-hmm.
Can I use a perception check to micromanage or persuasion? Sorry.
Yes, you can.
That's 11.
11. That is a failure. While you try to micromanage, it seems you're getting more in the way of things than
Mhm.
helping. And you hear a really awful sounding just scratch against the hull of the ship
Mm,
as they hit a reef, distracted by your micromanaging.
You're good. It'll buff right out. Good.
So
That
you have 2 successes and 1 failure.
okay. Okay. To help course correct off the reef,
Mhm.
can I use athletics to help pull the sails in a direction that will help the ship um, pull away?
I would say so. Yeah, it is a strength-based skill, and to help manage the cells, you need a lot of strength. So yes, you can go ahead and roll me a athletics checks for that.
Hey, here we go.
You got this. Just put your back into it.
Don't
A
forget your
19.
2d4s.
Yes, a 19 for the initial roll plus 2, so a 21.
nice.
That is a third success. You are able to help all the ship's crew that are taking the job of directing the sails and the masts. I think it's just sails, directing the sails, and you're following their lead, and they're pointing to where to pull, where to move the sails, and with that, you are able to help direct the ship in away from the reef that it just hit. That is 3 successes to 1 failure. So we go back on top. Royal, what are you doing?
Uh, let's see. Trying to think. I can't use something that's already been used, right?
You can't use something that the previous person used.
Okay.
Also, you can't use the same skill twice in a row.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can't use survival again.
Now, Royal isn't a very strong boy,
Mhm.
despite his buff features.
Mhm.
But I was wondering if he could use his smarts and physics
Mhm.
to acrobatically, like, launch himself up using his boots of flight, and then flinging himself down to help pull on one of the ropes.
Okay.
Is he turning himself into a counterweight?
Yes.
Okay. I will say, yeah, you can totally do that.
Okay. Because I
Go
have plus
ahead
8
and
in
roll me an
acrobatics.
acrobatics check.
So Royal just flies up into the air with no warning, and probably a few of the pirates are a little confused, but Milo's like, yeah, no, he does that.
Not pirates.
Sailors.
Privateers,
That we know of.
before reaching probably a good height and falling down at terminal velocity,
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
probably burning his hands in the process. It is a 5, but it's plus 8, so it's a 13, and then plus the 2d4. That is 15 and that's good. 19 in total.
Okay, good. That was close. That is 4 successes. As you fly up, and then you aim for the rope that you have set your sights on at terminal velocity. And at first, many of the sailors shout out, thinking you're just going to dive straight into it. But you're able to take the rope and pull it swiftly in the direction that it needs to for the sails to help steer the ship. So you get closer and closer to your goal. Next, I believe it is Lucy. or Lynn? Which one did I
Uh,
do?
I'll go.
RJ?
I would like to use an intimidation roll on Len to get him to sit down and let the experts in sailing ships that we are traveling with do their
Oh,
job.
on my turn, I was going to help by not helping.
Lucy is going to make sure you help by not helping. Let's see. So that's a 15 plus my 2d4. Oh, shoot. We'll drop the 4. So 15, 16, 17. So that's another dirty 20.
Okay,
Nice.
it was dirty 20. You are a how do you intimidate Lynn? Because this is between two PCs. I'll let you guys take the scene here.
Lucy just says to Bullseye, one moment. She'll come up behind Len, put a very firm hand on one shoulder, and sit him down on a barrel and just say, stop micromanaging. They've got it.
Hmm. You can actually hear this, like the sad slide was like.
She then hands him one of his own chocolate liqueur suckers that she still has in her bag and walks back to Bullseye.
Good. Okay. That is, I guess, technically 5 successes, even though the last one was on Len. But I will say, with all of you working together, Lucy,
Dropping
you are
my
helping.
bless on Lucy.
Lucy, you are helping guide a Bullseye to where she needs to head into to safely dock, in quotation marks, the ship. Milo, you are helping move the sails, and Gray, Royal, you are with your instructions called out to where you see the danger, you are able to fly up and help move the sails to where you know the best path would be with minimal damage to the ship. So it takes a bit of slow sailing and directioning of the ship, but you are able to uh, make it to the island. Your boat, you see Captain Bullseye slowly and beautifully maneuver this giant ship through jutted out rocks. And what you realize now is parts of other ships. There are masts sticking out from the water. Uh, you see the front of a ship with what once was a beautifully carved maiden on it, now rotted away with time and the elements. But you see many pieces from older and other types of ships here on these shores. You can't reach the shore directly, but you are able to drop anchor close to the ship and prepare a one of the lifeboats to go out. Um, and as you come closer to the island, you see that the waters do grow darker the closer they are to the islands. Um, and even from this angle, you're able to see a few rivers that come out that fall off the cliffs as waterfalls. You can see the water is a strange reddish tint as it falls into the ocean, and that almost like ink on water, that red comes out and splays out and eventually fades back into the dark waters. You are close enough on this boat that you see this strange uh looking sand, what you would assume sand would be. Um and the cliffs and crags jutted up is this dark gray brown uh rock material that you're not sure what it is, but it is very large and very foreboding. But you're able to prepare. I forgot what the small boats on the side of the ship are called.
Dinghies.
Dinghies.
What? Dinghies. Uh,
Just
the
remember,
thingy, the
it's a
dingy
dinghy,
thingy.
you ding dong. That's how I remember it.
Thank
What's
you.
that thingy? It's a dinghy.
There you go.
Are we able to tell from the map that Anthony had where on the coastline in relation to the troop movements that he recorded we are?
So you have two maps from Anthony. You have
Let's see.
the landing site for them, which is all the way on the west coast of the island, and then the landing site for the Aloria troops. You would have gotten that information as well. And you are now on the east side, which is where the Aloria troops would have gotten to. This is so. Let me. It's this one. It is the one. I know there's both up there. It says landing map of the Black Isles. That doesn't have Anthony's name. That is the area where you are landing on.
Okay, so it doesn't correlate with his maps either. Just the one?
It does. You have the two maps.
Okay.
You have those two maps, which is the. Let me look at. Yeah, this one's a map of Black Isles. Anthony's.
what
Anthony's
I'm
map.
asking is which one shows us the location that we are landing on right now?
The one
Which-
that doesn't say Anthony's map.
Okay, then I'm gonna close that one.
I will edit the name. 1 second.
And are we at the
Gloria landing map.
which set of ships are we landing at? The one between the two rivers or the other one by the mountains?
The one by the mountains.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yes. Can y'all see that? The one that says Gloria landing map.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
So, as you prepare your dinghy to leave the large ship, who's doing the rowing?
Oh, row.
I'll help.
Yay.
I have a +0 in strength, so it ain't gonna be me.
Okay. So you two can roll. I would say just roll a strength check or athletics check. Whoever's rowing mainly and with advantage because you have help.
12. Is my bluff still up?
I rolled 7.
Okay.
It's rough waters.
It is actually rough waters. The even the closer you get to the shore, the water is still plagued by rocks and reefs, and you feel pushback more than usual when you're rowing. It almost as if the water was thicker somehow. And to those around you that have been on beaches, usually it's mostly clear waters or blue green waters, and there's might be some type of aquatic life, fish and stuff like that. But here you see even darker through as dark shadows in the water. You see the slow movement of black green seaweed that almost looks like tendrils reaching out for you. But there is no aquatic life. There is no movement other than your boat.
Lucy,
Mhm.
go ahead.
I was just going to say, and the movement of the waves. Go ahead.
Lucy hands out a small notebook, probably the size of like a small moleskin notebook, to each of the party
Mhm.
members, and she has one herself. Not much of it's mapped, but record everything that you see, hear, feel, as much as you can. It might help others if they ever have to come back here.
Royal takes it and almost immediately starts to draw in it.
Okay. Amazing.
I would
So,
recommend we all sit in the middle of the boat, arms and legs in, stay out of the water.
It's a good idea. Do
Uh,
we have any indication of which direction we should be going in to head towards any sort of temples or landmarks?
mm, you would know that further in, there are some old because you would have gotten this information. Here, I'll reveal the small area that you're in in the map. Um, uh,
Ah,
you,
you weren't kidding. That is small.
yeah. I shall not reveal the rest of it.
Ever. This is all we're getting
Ever.
for the rest
That's
of
all
the
you're
game.
getting. No, but you would know that there were some. Well, there are ruins that you could look for, especially near the edges. There were some old army camps that have pretty sturdy um, foundations. You don't know how great they're doing because they're 15 years old or more. Uh, but you know that there are ruins littering the edges of this island a little bit more inland.
Well, we have ruins and army camps marked on the map. She'll show it to the others.
Mm-hmm.
Where should we head to first?
Let's try and shore up some sort of home base. We are in uncharted territories for the
Mhm.
most part.
Nearest camp, then?
Nearest camp. Be on the
Mhm.
lookout.
So, as you take it takes you a little bit longer with those rolls to get to shore, but you're able to get there and dock your dinghy. um, but as you get off, you hear immediately the crunch as you step on this beach. It is not a fine sand beach, it is coarse with large chunks, and it's a strange off white color. It is not the beautiful golden tan sands of the islands that you saw for the first time, Lucy. It is not the multiple different color sands of the beaches in Aloria. This is a strange off-white, very coarse, very pebbly type sand.
Lucy will make another check-in with her patron
Mhm.
that they've made land and set the schedule for her following check-ins.
Mhm. Uh,
And once that's done, all right. Best we draw as little attention to ourselves as we can.
mhm.
Try to move quietly.
Len, what is your passive investigation?
Oh, good. Not great. I'm dumb. 9.
Okay. Well, as you walk inland, most you can still hear the crunch of your feet on this very coarse and brittle type of sand. And you can see usually a beach will give way to land with trees and palm trees or some sort of greenery sometimes. But here is water to coarse sand to rock. If there is any type, any sign of what used to be greenery, you just see dead husks of trees, dried up plant matter. It is a barren wasteland,
Oh, the
and the
Homeowners
ground is the
Association.
same black brown rock.
Homeowners Association have a field day here. You see that? There are no windbreakers on the tree line. Build a condo out here, just go right down.
Now, this kind of like this isn't bone we're walking on, is it?
You can make an investigation check if you wish.
This Royal
I
doesn't.
pick up a big chunk and lick it. Is it porous or smooth?
It sticks to your tongue.
It's bone.
Why would you lick it?
It's the lick test.
What
Don't
if it
lick anything here.
I was gonna say, Royal doesn't know biology, but he does know how to make a stew going. And you need bones to make that.
Now that it's been pointed out to Lynn that it is bone, you can see the bigger shards of the sand. You can recognize them as parts of bones. Even one you can recognize as a part of the skull of the eye socket, and you see part of the cheekbone. You can see, even if you really look, instead of shells, you can find some teeth.
Gross.
I think Royal will try to get, if he can get like the biggest size of a skull, like as much of a skull as he can, he'll probably do like a little puppet show for Milo with it.
Roll me a investigation check if you wish.
I do wish. Do I still have that extra 2d4 from Rollin?
How long does that last?
That's
10 minutes? No, you wouldn't have it.
All right, and then this is just a straight d20.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nat 20.
A nat 20.
I'm using up all of my nat 20s.
As you're walking, you can tell that this is a very small stretch of beach, and it is encompassed by these large jutting out rocks and cliffs. And the closer you get to them, the more you can tell, the bigger the shards of bone get, and you're able to actually find a pretty well-maintained skull. You're not sure what type of skull this is. It's slightly strange.
Is it bigger than Royal's skull?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be. You're not sure if it's humanoid. It looks humanoid-ish.
It's got
enough.
Yeah, 2 eye holes, a mouth hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're even able to find the jaw that accompanies it right next to it, so you can like.
Oh yeah, I'll go up to Milo and be like, "Oh, look at me, Milo! I'm Skull Duggins! Oh!"
Milo will clap and say, "That's pretty good. You should keep it and take it on the show."
I've got no respect for the dead. Oh!
To be fair, neither do I. Points back at Frankie that's sitting in the ship.
Rollin's going to lean into Lucy and, actually, this is morbid in a funny and self-aware way.
I mean, it's tickling my gallows humor. Although we do need to be quiet. She turns around and says that a little bit louder for the other two to hear.
Sorry.
Would you like to put the skull in my bag of holding for later, Royal?
For later? No, I think Royal's going to keep it with him.
Okay, as long as it remains quiet.
Clacks this.
You just hear.
Thanks.
This is not the ASMR I came for.
Okay. So, you guys are heading inland?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as you move in now, you're heading in stealthily.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Make sure you tell me these things. This is the last time I'll remind you. So please roll stealth. It'll be a group check.
I'm gonna use my nat 20 on this one.
Okay.
This is +4.
Thanks, subs.
17 +4 is 21.
Nice.
That's 23.
19.
The normally stealthy Lucy, who can't use her cloak of elven kind right now, rolled a 10. I'm sorry.
So we have a 10, a 16, a 21, and
23.
23. Okay, it is a group stealth check. So, Lucy, while you're just distracted by Royal's puppet show, Len and Milo are able to kind of guide you to not step on the bigger bone shards and make any cracking noises, and guide you towards inland. Give me 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves.
It's normally Milo would have disadvantage, but he got boots that says no, he don't.
I was thinking, like, Royal could just be using his boots of flight to like be walking an inch above the ground.
You could put a hand on Rollin's shoulder and he'll drag you along.
Any idea on what we should be expecting here?
Well,
Other
judging
than
from,
undead?
well, I was gonna say undead, judging from Mr. Silverhorn's journal, but DM, if you're here, could I try a history check to recall if Anthony mentioned anything other than undead?
Yeah, go ahead.
15.
15. There are many things that Anthony mentioned, undead being part of them, but undead, it is a very large classification. It was mostly unintelligent undead.
Zombies, skeletons,
Mm-hmm.
wraiths, ghouls, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. From what he experienced or what he remembers. From you would have gotten information as well from the Twilight Court that they did encounter a few strange creatures that they didn't know what they were, but they were classified as undead. Still, what they believe to be unintelligent undead. My bad. And from Anthony, a lot of other creatures that he would have encountered were creatures summoned by Aloria, and fake creatures as well, like tree ants or fake creatures.
Dryads.
Dryads, yeah.
Pixies.
I was trying to remember all the small names, but I'm just like fake creatures.
Satyrs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's also be careful of any fae we encounter here. These lands are weird. Don't know if they've been corrupted to any degree.
Be prepared not
Okie
to rely
dokie.
on your magic.
Also, depending on the
Okie
type of
dokie.
undead, I might fall back on my sling.
You have my
Well, take-
crossbow.
Yeah, but skeletons take double damage from bludgeoning.
Royal actually says that, or Len
Yeah.
actually says that. I think Royal will take the skull and just start clacking and be like, oh, better watch out for traps too. Getting stuck in one of those would be a boneheaded move.
There is a hand that goes over Royal's face, and then a hand that goes over the skull. Quiet.
Poor Royal.
And Rollin, you also have some
Holy arrows, or holy bolts.
but you actually have some radiant ammunition for your sling.
Okay.
Because bullets would have been like the small barbells, basically. Not
Right,
barbells,
ball bearings.
ball bearings, yeah.
God, I wish I could throw a barbell at someone.
Yeah. Small ball bearings. You were able to get a few of them. They're a bit heavier than what you normally throw, but they are enchanted with radiant magic. So I would say you have about 25 of those.
Okay.
But as you are, I'll open up this for you. As you walk through, you hear the crashing of waves, though that is all you hear. That in your steps, this island is unusually quiet in this area, unnervingly so. And you can just see the lack of life and feel that sense of danger in the pit of your stomach. But how far are you traveling?
What time of day is it?
I would say you would have landed close to midday.
Do we think that we would have enough time before sunset to make it to the former encampment that we're trying to make it to?
From your map, I would say so. You will just have to, because you already have it, it is a lower DC, but you will have to roll me survival checks. Whoever's leading the charge.
Who's good at survival? Any of us?
I think I am.
I'm
I
on
only-
-1.
I only get a plus
I
one.
have a +8.
Oh yeah, and I have a
We'll let Milo
+4.
lead.
But yeah,
I was looking at the map. It's this way, I think.
Royal's trying to assist, but he's speaking exclusively through the skull.
roll with advantage or a flat roll.
You do have some gifted advantages on your player sheet, by the way.
That is correct, and I never use them because I constantly forget about them.
Yeah,
I'll
I would
use one
say
of
it would
those.
have been a flat roll because the CC is lower because of the map.
Mhm.
But if you want to use your given advantage, thank you viewers. You are able to do that.
Yeah, I'll use one of my gifted advantages and give us a 17 for our first survival check.
10 out of 10 people would agree that we have the best viewers on Twitch. Thanks, viewers.
So as you're walking through these drying, cracked lands, you're able to follow the map that Lucy has brought with her, and looking around, you're able to place yourself, and you point to the direction where you are certain that this camp will be in. Um, as you travel, the crags get higher, the mountains, you see mountains out in the distance, still foreboding silhouette. No matter how much sunshine there should be at midday, the clouds are covering the sky, and everything has this almost air of gloominess, of darkness. Um, and I will need you all to roll me another stealth roll.
You know, it almost feels homey. Like the Twilight Court, only a little bit more insidious. Lucy gets a 12.
Roland gets a 12.
Royal gets a 12.
Oh
I
gosh.
get an 8.
You have net 20s.
Been using mine.
3.
Yeah, you could re-roll and get a 12.
You know what? I'm going to spend my bit advantage. Thank you, viewers.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I have one of those too.
Awesome. I rolled an 8. 12 it is. I'm fine. Everything's fine. This is fine.
Nat 20, 23.
Hey. Wah, wah,
A
wah.
nat 20, and then the rest are 12s and 8s. Rylan, you're very quiet. You know how to kind of
Creep around a ward.
Yeah,
of
you know
sleeping
how to creep
patients.
around a ward to not wake up any sleeping patients, and you use that to your advantage. But some of your companions are lacking behind, and I will say, roll me a perception check, whoever wants to.
I rolled a 9.
Ooh.
I rolled a 2 plus a 1.
Guys, so much.
I
11.
rolled an 11.
Hey.
Shit.
The dice just really want us to encounter something.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
We all fall into a hole.
So
Royal Skull comes to
As-
life.
It starts attacking him.
your
Everyone
way.
just,
Go ahead.
oh yeah, I just think like it's attacking him and everyone thinks that it's just a bit.
Until they see blood. You are able to make your way to the encampment. You see what used to be old army, like pop-up army barracks, still standing. And you kind of get a little bit of sense of relief to see a place that you can rest, hopefully. But as you entered through to the old army encampment, in the quiet, you hear something shatter that silence. You hear a
Lucy's gonna summon her sword.
as you turn to the movement, you see a a humanoid figure, skin gaunt and tight around the skull, mouth open, jaw almost unhinged, no eyes, black sockets, tattered clothing, and on all fours as it starts walking rapidly towards you. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Bad dog. Bad dog.
Ooh.
5.
Great. I rolled a 3. This is going well.
Y'all, this place sucks. Why are we here again?
8 in total.
7. God, we're doing so good today, guys.
Y'all, why are we here again?
I don't know. I was told not to ask questions.
Okay. Are those all in the D&D Beyond? So it
Yes.
was. I don't know where my notes went.
At least we're clustered together at the bottom.
Yeah. So you have Rollin is a 5, Lucy is a 3, Roll is an 8, and
We're all 10 in my eyes.
I'm just gonna roll a straight D20.
You all get nat 20s on that booty roll to me.
Hey.
Okay, this thing rolled a let's see. 17. So it goes first.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you see this creature come out of one of the corners, it's unlike the zombies, it actually is moving pretty quickly and on all fours as it makes its way towards you. Who was leading the charge? Milo. Milo, you see as this creature runs towards you with full 30 feet in a few seconds, and it tries to hit you with a slam as it slams its lifeless body against you. Let's see if it hits. I don't think it will. 15.
No, misses.
You see it almost throw its body at you in a ragdoll type manner, but it misses you as you are able to move. You have been trained well to act at a moment's notice. Next, it is, I believe, Royal
I think
with an 8.
we're great at this.
Yeah.
Royal is going to stow the skull that he has, probably like affix it to his belt by some means. Then pull out his rapier and try to engage this horrible revenant that's attacking Milo.
Okay.
Sue gonna roll. First attack is a 24.
That hits.
And that does 1d8 plus 11 points of piercing damage. And it is a +1 rapier if magic has any bearing on the damage.
Okay, it does. So, how much damage did you say?
The first attack did 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage. Okay, give me one moment while I put in your just to help me, I'm gonna put in your initiatives. 3. There we go. Okay.
Okay, and
11. Okay, go ahead.
the second attack is 15 plus 9. Is that another 24?
Yes.
Yeah. And that
does hit.
Does more damage. 14 points of piercing damage.
14
Nice.
points. Beautiful. It is taking the hits, but all you hear from instead of a growl or groan of pain is another Next, it is Rollin. Oh, Milo. Sorry, my bad.
Milo. So a kind of tap to his breastplate as he casts Crusader's Mantle, and you concentrate on that. Everybody that is a friendly gets a 1d4 radiant die to all their hits, damage die.
Mm-hmm.
So that will be his action, and he will stay there as a force of power and strength as he's a paladin, and that's what he can do.
Okay. So you all get a d4 radiant damage to your die. Next, Rollin.
And that is just for weapon attacks, I believe.
Yeah, damage
Yes,
attacks.
it is weapons attack.
Oh, dear.
No, just not sure. Yeah, weapon. Cool. How far away is it?
It's right on Milo.
It's right on Milo.
Crossbow. He's going to shoot it once with the crossbow for a 19.
19 hits.
How much radiant damage is on the bolts themselves? 1d6?
I believe it's an extra. It's a d6 radiant.
Okay. 6 points of magical piercing damage and 6 points of radiant.
Plus the d4 radiant.
Oh, yeah, plus the d4 radiant.
So much radiant.
That is 10 points total in radiant damage.
Okay, nice. It is not looking happy, as it gives you another intake of breath with its useless dried up lungs. Next, Lucy, it is you.
Alrighty. Lucy's going to bonus action Blade Song to raise her AC and walking speed. Action, she's going to... First attack is going to be a cantrip followed by the melee, so first attack is going to be Booming Blade.
Okay.
So he's going to take, on the initial attack, 8 points thunder, 8 points piercing, and 4 points radiant.
8 points thunder, 4-point piercing, and how many radiant?
Total radiant is going to be 6 points of radiant damage. That's her first attack.
Okay.
Second attack. Or no, wait, no. I have to roll a 19 hits it, right?
19 does.
Okay, cool. So that takes all of that.
For my players that are curious, I put a picture of this thing on our group chat.
Okay. For her second attack, she rolled a 19 to hit as well.
That thing's fucking awful. I love it.
Let me know when you're ready for the damage.
Is your booming blade, does it create sound?
It doesn't say it does. It's blooming blade. Or yeah, it's booming blade. I don't. It doesn't say it
It's
creates
booming
a
blade,
sound,
and it
but
does
it does
thunder damage. So I will say
Sheathed
there is...
in booming energy.
Yeah. So I will say there is. Yep. Okay. Okay. What is your next attack?
It was a 19 to hit.
Yes, it hits.
All right, so that's 9 points piercing, 6 points radiant. Milo's D4 is another 1 point radiant.
Okay. How do you want to do this? How do you want to kill this?
She is just gonna come up and do the hits as the energy just crackles and rolls over it, and then as it falls to the ground, she's just gonna. Well, I thought that would last longer.
As you say that, you hear another cacophony of just.
Milo laughs. It is a good day for dead things.
Definitely.
Let me adjust this.
Don't know that it's another monster. It might just be somebody with asthma.
It could be.
I have asthma, Mr. Royal, and I don't sound like that.
As you see two more of these things come out, they did not roll great with so let me double ascending, no descending. Okay. But it was Lucy's turn. We're back up to Royal as you see two more of these things scattered towards you, running quickly against you as well. And as you can see, these things actually, I'm going to need everybody to roll me a wisdom saving throw. I forgot to do that when we.
Everybody gets a +4 to their saves.
Oh, nice, because I have +0 to this normally.
21. You have advantage because it's a fear effect.
Is it a fear?
It is a fear effect.
Lucy gets a 23.
Either 14 or 23. I'm going to take the 23.
21.
Nice. Milo rolled a 14 on a +12.
Okay, Milo, you are frightened for the next minute. 14. You are lucky that you did not fail by 5 or more, but you are frightened for the next minute. But you are able to repeat your saving throw at the end of each of your turns, so remember that. So by the frightened condition, I believe you cannot go closer to this creature willingly. So next, Royal will back on top. It is your turn. You have two more of these things coming at you. They're about, I would say, maybe 20 feet away as they're walking towards you.
How far apart are they?
They're coming from different sides.
Okay, so I can't throw myself into the middle of them.
No. If you're all in a group together, you're clustered, and these two things are coming from the sides.
Then I think Royal will just let out a tally ho in his Batman voice and run at the closest one.
Okay.
Was waving his sword around with seemingly no skill whatsoever.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll to attack. Boop. First one is 24.
That hits.
Okay. And how far out does Milo's radiant? 30 feet. Mm-hmm. And
that's
what was the other radiant effect?
The Crusader's Mantle is 30 feet. The +4 is only 10 feet. So you have two auras to juggle.
Okay. So first attack does 9 damage plus the 1d4 radiant.
Mm-hmm.
That does 10 damage in total.
You have 1 radiant damage?
Yes.
Okay. If you can, please let me know the radiant damage separate.
Oh, yeah, because the radiant damage is doubled, so, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that would be 11 in total then.
Okay, perfect. Is that your entire turn?
That is my first attack.
That's your first attack. Go ahead.
Second attack is a 19.
That hits.
And it does 11 piercing damage.
Okay.
And I rolled a 2 on my radiant damage, so that'd be 4 in total.
Perfect.
Then I'm going to action surge.
Beautiful.
Royal goes, that's how you know he's action surging. He makes a little grunt.
Okay.
And I'm going to attack this guy some more.
Do it.
18 plus 9 is a 27.
That hits.
And that does 10 piercing damage.
Beautiful.
And on my D4 for radiant damage, I rolled a 2.
So that's a total of 4.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. You have cut up this guy pretty bad. You can see you're taking chunks of decayed and dried out flesh or skin and tattered clothing off of it.
But wait, there's still one more attack.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Uh,
This is beautiful.
that
Welcome
is
to all the hit party.
probably not a hit. That is 15.
That hits.
Oh, I'll take it. And that is 13 piercing damage.
Beautiful.
Plus beep boop boop boop. Oh, I rolled a 4 on my d4.
Nice.
Beautiful. It is looking pretty bad. So you guys see the quite comedic companion that you have, just kind of like in a whirlwind of like very dramatic flourishes, just start taking chunks off of this
Just-
creature.
Just repeatedly stabbing this thing in the back.
Next, it is Milo.
It's just like, that's pretty good, buddy. Calling from where he is. And to the other zombie thing. He is. Don't want to drop that. That would suck. He's gonna throw his dagger at it because he can't
Okay.
get near it.
Okay. No, that's the wrong.
For an 18 to hit.
That hits. These are not very armored up creatures.
8 points of piercing damage plus 1 point of radiant damage, so 2 points of radiant damage.
How many slashing, my bad?
8 points of piercing.
A piercing, okay. And 2 points of radiant.
Yes.
That's doubled already.
Yeah, that's already
Okay.
double.
Is that your turn?
Yes, because he can't throw another dagger. That was his only dagger.
You can make your saving throw again.
Cool. 16.
You fail. You're still frightened.
That's fair.
Next.
Look, I'm rolling 2s and 4s on my saves.
You have D20.
Solid.
You have D20s.
Fine. Milo's just gonna stay there and give you all the aid.
Next it is Rollin.
I tell that I had a fear effect wash over me.
Yeah, you are able to feel this type of insidious magic try to take hold of your emotions and your brain, washing through your mind.
Well, I don't like that. He's going to shit the bed. How close is everyone to me?
You're all in a group, so within 5 to 10 feet.
Cool.
Didn't
Royal
Royal
moved
Yeah.
20 feet away from you.
Royal booked it.
Don't worry, he's still within the Crusaders band.
No, but for the purposes of what I need to do, I'm gonna have to blow some meta magic for it. Okay. Meta magic extend to boost my heroism to 30 feet, and he's gonna cast it at 5th level to target himself, Milo, Royal, and Lucy. We are immune to fear effects and get 1 temp HP per round.
Nice.
Okay.
Dope.
Satan's eyes
Does
got real
that,
big for a
does that
second.
remove a fear effect?
You become immune to fear effects.
Okay, so yeah. Milo, you can feel the fear, the dread that kind of took hold of you start loosening up and fade away. As you look
That's
back at these
real
lifeless
hatred.
shells, these husks of creature and their heads kind of turning in an unnatural way. Is that your turn,
Frankie needs a
Rollin?
new brother.
Yep.
As Milo readies his weapon.
Next, it is the second lifeless shell as it you see it climb up the husk of a tree and try to throw itself at one of you. It moves its 20 feet. Let me double check. Actually, it's gonna try and grapple you. I will say Len. It's gonna try and grapple you as it tries to jump on top of you. Ooh, not with a 3. Um, no, that's not gonna hit. But you see it throw itself. Try to throw itself on you, and part of its arm hits you, but it just falls to the ground and in a weird, unnatural movement, kind of like picks itself back up and stares at you. Next,
Can you
Lucy.
not do that directly into the mic?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Isn't there also the one that's fighting with Royal?
Yeah, that rolled a 2.
Oh,
So it's that one goes after Lucy.
okay.
Lucy, it is your turn.
I'm looking over what I can do.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So we have both still up, and they're
Yes.
how close are they
There-
to one another now?
There's one. There are both on each side. There's
Mhm.
one that Milo and Royal have been fighting. That's looking pretty bad. And then there's the one that attacked Len. That it looks untouched.
Okay. Lucy's gonna go for the one attacking Len because the other two can handle themselves. She is going to, you know, what? We're just gonna Corpse Slayer this one. Does a 24 hit?
Yes.
Okay, and for her second attack, will a 18 hit?
Yes.
Okay, so that is going to be first attack. It's 5 piercing plus 7 radiant.
Is that already doubled?
No, it wasn't a
Okay,
crit.
that's okay. Thank you. No, but radiant is
The
doubled.
radiant
'Cause they're
doubles.
rolling
No,
onto
I'm
it,
not
yeah.
doubling it for you. Sorry.
Okay, thank you.
Plus 3 radiant. The second attack gets 9 piercing plus 5 radiant
Mm-hmm.
plus 2 she's also going to attack with
It was plus 2 radiant at the end.
Mhm.
Okay. Thank you.
She's also going to attack with one of her stun batons as a bonus action. Thank you, dual wielding. Does a 14 hit?
Yeah, I believe it. Yep, it just hits.
Okay, that's 4 bludgeoning, and I will need a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, it's probably not that great. I've also been rolling shit today.
I mean, if we're all rolling poorly, it kind of evens out.
Yeah,
in the end.
right. There's a 7 save.
No, it is stunned until the end of its next turn. And that will be
At
me.
your entire turn. Okay.
Yes, I'm done now.
Next, it is the lifeless shell that's fighting Royal.
When did I get here?
It does have a disadvantage on the attack because of Royal's cloak of displacement.
Okay, beautiful. It's gonna try to come at you, grapple you. But I rolled a 3 and a 14, so with a +4, that is still a 7, I believe. So it does not. It tries to wrap its weirdly bent arms around you, but misses. That's all it got.
I think, yeah, when it goes for the hug, Royal probably just runs between its legs.
it's just wanting to hug you.
Yeah.
As you run between its legs, what are you doing? It is your turn.
Oh, before that, before the turn flips over, I can expend my reaction if a
Okay.
creature misses an attack
Beautiful.
to use one of my superiority dice and riposte.
Awesome. Do so.
So as I'm running between its legs, I'm probably going for the groin with my rapier.
There's not much there. It's just skin and bones.
Well, there's going to be even less after I roll. 15 plus 9. I think that's the fourth time I've rolled a 24.
Yep. And that definitely hits.
And that does 10 piercing damage.
Okay.
Do I add a superiority die to the
It's looking rough.
expend one superiority to make a melee? Okay. Oh yeah, and I add the superiority die to the damage. So plus another d8 of piercing damage. So that's 15 piercing damage in total.
How do you want to take this creature out?
Oh, I imagine Royal wasn't expecting to take it out as he was running between its legs.
Mm-hmm.
So he probably pierces up, and meeting much less resistance than he was expecting, it probably just keeps going up.
Shish kebab it.
He shish kebabs it and kind of tilts backwards as the added weight was more than he expected.
Beautiful. So as you run between its leg and you shish kebab your sword up into the torso of this creature, you try to stand up, but the weight of it kind of goes back, and you almost fall, but you're able to remove your sword from it pretty quickly. And this was just your reaction, right?
Yeah, that was my reaction. Yeah.
So it is your turn. There's still the one that's attacking Len, so that'd be about 30 feet away from you.
All right. My speed is only 25 feet, but that would bring me within 5 feet of it, right?
It would be outside of its 5-foot range.
So
there's 5 feet between you and it. You have to be within those 5 feet.
Okay, then I think Royal is going to move the 25 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And then from 5 feet away, he's going to hurl the skull he picked up.
Okay, improvised weapon. Go ahead.
Do I still get my proficiency bonus to that?
Not improvised.
No, improvised weapon does not.
So it's just a straight dex attack.
Yep.
Okay, so this is +4.
Okay.
16.
That hits. Roll a d4 for damage.
I'm also going to use a superiority die to do a menacing attack.
Okay. As you throw the skull, but maybe it was his friend was.
Yeah. Does it have the radiant damage on it?
No.
It's technically a weapon attack.
Yeah.
I'll let the DM.
If it's technically a weapon attack, if it says weapon attack and not just melee, then I would say yeah. You see the skull glow a little bit.
Yeah. Then it does 4 non-magic bludgeoning damage, I assume.
Okay.
And another D4 for the radiant damage. I rolled a 3 for the radiant damage.
Okay, thank you.
You can spend 1 superiority die to add to the total damage roll. Oh, and I can roll a superiority die for the damage. So another. I like that I just keep rolling dice. Another 6 on the superiority die. So I think that's 6 bludgeoning.
Okay.
And it needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
It's not wise. I will tell you that much. But I did roll a 19. -2, that's 17.
Oh, it still saves.
Okay.
Darn, that would have been great. Just talks about
the one time I roll well with this thing is at the saving throws.
Royal's like, yeah, get out of here.
Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Okay.
Go on now, Geet.
Thing still up?
Yeah, it is still up.
I'm gonna move 30 feet towards it. So I'm gonna take my circles and go towards it.
Okay.
And hit it. Does an 18 hit?
It does.
Okay. Amazing. 8 points of slashing damage plus 4 points of radiant, doubled is 8 points of radiant.
Okay. How do you want to do this? You just met their HP.
So he'll just come up and kind of pat Royal gently on the head and say, "That's pretty good, buddy," as he just goes in above him and slashes downwards. We make a really good team.
I softened him up for you.
You did.
So you just slash it in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just an overhead while he goes low, I go high, and just meet in the middle.
Yeah. You do that as you slash through it. You see the last breath of air that was in it. It was just like, just leave it. And with that, your battle is done. You're not sure if more are on the way, but right now you're in an encampment. You have old tents around you and a more sturdier looking solid wall built hut. So what are you doing?
Is anyone hurt? And Royal will sheathe his rapier and look to the rest of the group.
No, one never got a hit on me.
Nope. I would stick that rapier in them one more time just in case.
Oh, right. Stabs him.
Poke, 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 poke.
Okay.
Lucy gives him a few slashes with her short sword.
Everyone just gets in a circle, starts poking this.
You're able to hear more movement coming. What are you doing?
What direction is it coming from?
There are a few directions coming from around you.
And there's a house ahead of us?
There is the tents. You're in the encampment. There's the tents, and then a more, what you would have assumed would have been for planning, a more sturdy looking solid wall house. Yeah, but it's just like a room.
Nobody moves. Lucy's gonna drop down, tiny hut.
As Lucy is doing that, Royal's going to lift up his shirt, exposing his little tum-tum with the back half of a lion on it. And he's going to kind of put a hand on that tattoo and kind of wiggle it around for a minute. And using his masquerade tattoo, he's going to disguise himself as a zombie Royal.
As he does that, Milo comes up and smacks the tattoo.
The tattoo kind of displaces everywhere. Because it is mutable. I can mutate it around. I can change it into whatever.
Okay.
And I can use it to cast Disguise Self on myself.
Okay. You disguise yourself as zombie Royal. As you see Royal skin turn a sickly grail, patches of it falling off, and it's Royal. It's just a less alive Royal.
Hey guys, look at me. I'm zombie Royal now.
Oh, no,
Give me your
he's
brain.
flatlining. A shocking grass is like starting in his hand. Clear.
I'll go out, and if I see any zombies, I'll bamboozle them.
You know, there are stealthier ways to go about doing that than trying to be a zombie. You know that, right?
Yep. This is the plan I have decided on. And I think it is foolproof.
All right. I just...
You definitely put the fool in foolproof, Mr. Royal.
I am the fool to prove it.
Royals will say to Lucy, he's like,
just leave the shape changing to the professionals.
Oh no!
I'll go out and check.
Rollin turns around so he can have deniability.
Milo steps away. I can exclude him from the aura if you want, Miss Lucy.
Milo doesn't know.
Yeah.
No, Milo would know that she's a changeling. Royal doesn't.
Yeah, Royal doesn't.
Good luck.
I would say even if he didn't know, Milo would be like, he's situationally aware enough to be like,
Yeah.
Really, it's
Um,
just a compliment to your craft that Royal is completely unaware.
So,
Once he leaves the hut, Lucy shifts into a zombie just to scare him. I'm gonna need the two of you to lay on the ground and pretend to be dead.
Oh, hold on. Len goes into his
Ketchup.
bag and pulls out like a blood bag.
Perfect.
Why do you have that?
I'm a doctor.
as he pours it on.
This is the
As he
perfect
go-
time for a practical joke.
I'm
As-
wise, not smart.
as
As he goes
you,
all flash dance with a thing of blood.
as you lay there, as you both lay there with blood on you, and Lucy, you're looking like a zombie, and Royal, you leave looking like a zombie as well. We're gonna take a
Uh-oh.
break, and we'll
Um,
come back with the consequences
Just
of our
real,
actions.
real quick, Len will like just dab 2 thumbs in some blood and just like put them next to Lucy's mouth and just.
Oh, gross.
Wait,
Pennies.
whose blood is this?
Len's
Anyway, we're gonna go on
typewriter.
break. See you guys back in 5 minutes.
And we are back. Welcome back, everybody. If you're just joining us,
everyone.
we just got out of combat. Also, if you're new to the channel, hey guys, my name's Sarah. This is a charity channel. If you'd like to know ways that you can affect our viewer affected show, those are all in the About Me section down below, as well as on your screen. I take no financial income from this channel whatsoever. All of the money on this channel that I get when Twitch deems me worthy of having a Twitch payout goes to charity. It goes to the trevorproject.org. If you'd like to know more about that and the other various charities that we love and support on this channel, you can stick around at the end of the show as we'll all be talking about our favorite charities then. Satan,
Yes.
take it away.
So as you finish fighting these lifeless husks of what used to be once people, you have tiny hut yourself in the middle of this encampment. Royal, you have disguised yourself as a zombie and headed out. And after a unknown to you insult to Lucy, she has shapeshifted herself into a zombie, and Len has poured blood over himself and Milo and laid on the ground.
Alan's taken Lucy's short sword and put it under his armpit.
So as this prank is going on, unbeknownst to Royal, Royal's outside the hut, just kind of trying to see what's going on, like see if they're getting surrounded.
You make a perception check.
Okay, this is at +4. That is a 10. I know, right?
With the 10, you still hear some rustling. Not leaves, but like branches, dried branches and wood snapping, and rocks being kicked around. And you can't pinpoint what area, but they are. You can tell that they're a little farther away. But they do start getting closer.
Okay. Just so everybody isn't on the floor for the next like 20 minutes, Royal's gonna peek his head back in to see the zombie Lucy and company.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna have what would this be, like a wisdom check or like
yeah it would be, well, I think it would be an intelligence check.
Okay, yeah, no, those are both at +0, so
Okay.
I'm sorry, that's a saving throw, but well, whatever, same die. 17 in total.
17.
I kind of wanted to fail.
I mean, you can choose to fail it.
The thing is, I think it would be the same result with Royal just being oblivious.
Roll, you come in and you see this zombie Lucy and Len and Milo on the floor with blood over them. Len has a short sword, sort of sticking out from him.
Royal, give me your brain.
I'm not falling for this one again. And he slams the door shut.
There's no door, it's just a door.
If there was a door, you would slam it shut.
He just makes the motion of slamming a door.
Yeah, he zips up the tent.
Okay.
Lucy will
So
stick her zombie body outside, shift to her true face, which is her changeling face, and then shift back to the face that Royal has been seeing. Royal, it's me.
She's a monster.
And Royal will run to the woods screaming.
Mage hand grabs collar.
Yeah, there are no woods to run into. But there's dry, rocky ground.
He will run into the rocky ground.
You feel a mage hand pull. It doesn't stop you completely, but it gives some resistance.
It's grabbing onto his cloak.
Yeah.
And prestidigitate myself, prestidigitate Milo, stand up, grab a chair, and set it up to look like nothing happened.
Lucy misty steps in front of him. Royal, where are you going?
Royal is still zombie Royal, and he will take a moment, probably fail a few intelligence checks as the gears kind of grind in his head.
You can almost hear the gears grinding.
And he will just take off into the sky.
You know, I've been called quite a few things when I show people my true face, but you're the first one to call me a monster. She's just standing there looking up at him with her hands on her hips, and then she'll shift from the Lucy face he's used to her true face.
Now, Royal does realize that we're in undead infested lands, and now he's a shining beacon giving away our location, right?
Probably,
Milo just flips
probably
a page
not,
of
if I'm being
Milo.
completely honest.
To Milo.
Yeah.
Milo just flips a page in his book. No.
I'm
So
staying in the
as-
tiny hut. It's
Oh no, there's no
translucent.
tiny hut anymore because he stepped out of it.
Oh no.
So you're all just on the ground. Roy, you're up in the sky, giving away your location. Make a perception check.
It could just be another flying zombie. Those are very common.
Of course.
Flying zombie monkey.
Oh, nat 20.
At 20. From this vantage point, you're able to see many things, much more of the lay of the land. And you see mountains out in the distance, one that's much bigger than the rest and seems to be bursting out smoke. You see the surrounding areas, slight movement here and there. And then with a nat 20, I say you see almost a raised area. Most places are covered in dead trees and rocks jutting out and maybe even corpses, but this is a surprisingly clear area that seems to have a circular raised portion, and with a nat 20 you can see inscriptions on it.
Oh, I'm guessing it's too far to read those inscriptions.
Yes, it is too far,
Okay, but there
you're
is
able to
definitely.
sense its location.
Okay. Royal's going to do a little barrel roll in the air, and then fly back down to Milo and Rollin.
Milo just kind of baps your head.
And Royal will convey this information to Milo, at eye level.
I'm disappointed, Royal.
I'm not the one who broke the circle of trust.
Hmm.
Lucy walks back in her true face.
Zap Royal again and kind of push him through the air.
Yeah, and Royal is going to give Milo a stiff poke in the chest to make sure that there aren't any wounds, or it's not he's not like secretly corpseified.
It's really tough to turn me into a corpse, Royal. I'm literally a paladin.
Well, you never know. I was told not to ask questions. I just call them as I see them.
Right. Well, if you saw that thing, I mean, looks to Lucy and Len. What do you want to do?
Lucy shifts from Rollins' face to Milo's face to Royal's face, and then back to the blonde head face that everyone's used to.
We got a scope of the territory. Did you see anything in any other directions, or was it just that?
That's pretty much all I saw. Just the kind of flat plane with the inscriptions written on it.
Could you tell what they said?
It was a little far to see the writing. Maybe it was like postings that there are like restaurants and next exit.
Well, should we check that points to the house structure or supplies just in case?
Good idea. What time is it, day-wise?
About 3-ish.
Camp here for the night. Move out in the morning?
Sounds good. I won't be as protective when I'm sleeping, so gotta keep that in mind.
I can put the tiny hut back up in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
Who wants to go in first?
Milo raises his hand.
Royal raises his hand.
I'll keep a lookout.
Okay.
All right. Be safe as he kind of walks quietly, stealthily up towards the house.
Okay.
Best he can.
You walk towards it, and it's just very much a rectangular structure with a door.
Mhm.
But are you just walking in, opening the door, walking in?
No,
Royal knocks.
as she's going to stealth, he looks down as Royal knocks. Well, all right.
To help out with the stealth, Rollins going to take a few moments to himself and like breathe in the air and use prestidigitation to change their sense to match the air.
Now remember that does only last an hour.
Extend 2 hours.
2 hours. Okay.
Sorcerers say, fuck your rules.
I submit my own reality.
Yes,
Pray I don't alter the lore further. But yeah, go ahead. You knock. There's no answer.
Hello, it's me, Royal Butterfield. Knocks again.
I'll just push the door open.
You push the door open. It opens with a loud creaking noise as you look inside. You see boxes and crates in there with roll me a no, here's what we're gonna you see boxes and crate in there. Some have open lids, others do not. And you see what you might believe is blood. There's dark stains on the ground. And it's not a huge place, so as you walk towards, you see that in the corner there's one solitary indentation on the ground. Um, but you from this area, you can't really see what it is exactly. You have to walk towards it.
Mhm.
What is the lighting situation like?
Oh, there's like nothing. It's the light that you're letting in from the door.
Okay.
It smells old and dusty.
No. Forgetting that Royal can't see, and he can see in the dark, he'll just keep moving forward.
Royal will employ the buddy system and
Mhm.
kind of hold on to Milo's hand.
Okay. So what are you doing as you walk in?
Take a survey of the room, see if anything aside from this little whatever it is in the room. If there's like other things, because seems a little well supplied.
Yeah, you see boxes and crate, but when you open them, there's really not much in it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, there's some what would be leftovers, but by this time they're not usable. Uh, but I would say no. But yeah, there are some leftover like rations and like water supplies, water skin, but you can tell they're pretty old by now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and are you going to the corner?
Yeah, I'll go to
Okay.
the corner. My
Uh,
weapon's out, ready.
okay. You see, in the corner it is dark. Um, you see a circular indentation on the ground. Um, roll me an intelligence check. I would say with advantage because
One is a 4. The other one is an 11.
19.
19. You are aware of what teleportation circles look like. And this seems to be a teleportation circle. Uh, that's been added here. And with a 19, you can tell by the marks and how the ground has been disturbed that it is a much newer installation than what this building is.
Hmm. I tap the wall above it and cast a light so I can get a better view of it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Royal, go get the others. This is new, as he's running his fingers over the outside of the circle.
Uh, since Royal isn't too sure about the circle, but doesn't want to let on that he doesn't know, Royal will say, "Of course," and stick his head outside and just do the purposefully vague. You better get in here. There's something that you should see. To Rollin and Lucy.
I don't like vague.
I think he's trying to be one of the cool kids. Just go with it.
I wonder what it could be.
Gee, Royal, thank you for letting us know.
Royal's not turning his back on Lucy. She's tricksy.
Oh, look, he's catching on.
As you walk in with Royal, you the makeshift sort of barracks war room is lit up now because of Milo. So you see the crates open and mostly empty, but you see Milo looking over what you two would know because you're familiar with a teleportation circle.
Does it look similar to any that I've seen before?
Mm, it does not.
Well, that's not good.
You maybe do that thing you do with your patron.
Dance?
with the sight.
I can try. She'll try.
Boogie?
She'll just look at Milo and roll her eyes. And then she'll touch her tattoo and try to contact her patron. Can't hear
You
you.
muted.
Sorry. As you try to contact your patron, you can sense almost not a resistance but a struggle to connect fully. But eventually you do get her voice, but it sounds almost far away. Yes.
It's difficult to hear you. She'll give a quick reporting of their location, like a normal check-in, and then say,
Mhm.
"We found a spell circle. It appears to be new. Are you able to identify that through my eyes?"
I should be able to. Let me try. One moment.
Roland, do you have anything that can boost my magic? My connection to her? She sounds
Oh.
distant.
No, that probably lock out Faye. I mean, I could try a protection of good and evil, see if that's an interference.
Maybe on the next one.
As you are waiting, it does take about a minute. Usually it happens quite instantaneously, but you feel her presence in in your mind. And you all see Lucy's eyes change from I believe they were blue, the blue
green.
that green. It was between blue and green. The green eyes that she usually has. The sclera turns from white to black, and the iris turns from green to red. And you see her posture almost stand taller as she walks closer to this teleportation circle. Well, this is definitely new. It's not like any of the ones we used. And anyone that we used on this island have been destroyed for safety reasons. This one seems to be in draconic with some infernal.
Like that.
The-
Is there any way to tell where it goes to?
You can feel your body crouch down and your hand kind of touch the outline of it.
I mean, there's one way to find out where it goes to. I don't think I like it very much.
There is one way of finding out.
Marshmallow Island.
There's undead on Marshmallow Island, but there's less of them.
Yeah, they're just softer. Without knowing the purpose of who made this or teleporting yourselves through it, I wouldn't have any idea where it goes to.
Can we destroy it?
Depends on how deep the inscription is on the ground, how strong the magic is.
Do you think you can amplify my Eldritch Blast still?
Maybe.
Worth a shot. And Lucy will take back control of her body and turn to the other group and say, "I suggest you all stand back."
Okie dokie.
Oh, is it going to be loud?
Potentially.
Nah.
Could I just take time with my dagger and just fuck a rune up?
I mean, I could smite it.
Is that a lot quieter?
Lucy lets him
Can
pass.
be.
Royal just holds up a shovel.
Where'd you get it?
It's just in my adventuring gear.
I'm a battering ram, and I don't know why.
Before you destroy it, check. You might want to check where it leads. If someone's here, that's not good for you, now is it?
No, but if we get stuck in the hells, that's not good for us either.
No, that is true.
We might want to leave it alone. If we
Magical
tamp-
feedback.
Well, that, and if we tamper with it, they come back, they figure someone else is here, they come hunting for us. That's just another problem we potentially have to deal with on the road.
All right. Tiny hut outside.
Tiny hut outside.
Tiny hut.
Ready
She'll-
spaghetti.
She'll end the connection to her patron with a "See you later, boss."
You see Lucy's
Tell her I
eye
said hi.
fade back.
Tell her I said hi.
Oh, Rollins says, "Oh, she's gone. Sorry,
She got disconnected.
I hung up."
Going through a tunnel.
Lucy's gonna investigate the rest of. Is it just one big room, or are there
It
multiple
is just
rooms?
one big room.
She's gonna investigate the rest of the room for any supplies or documentation of the area
Okay.
with a
Go ahead and make an
whopping 9 on investigation.
A 9. Um,
Can I spend a
There's
nat
n-
20?
you can, but I'll save you the nat 20.
Okay.
There's not much left in this room.
Okay.
This encampment, you know it to be from the side that you're coming in. It's where the Aloria troops would have gotten off. And you're very much aware that they clean up after themselves, documentation wise, and any important information. So when you look around, even with the 9, you're able to tell that there's no real information here other than what you see: the crates, the room, the circle.
I think, while everyone else is, getting ready to go into the tiny hut, Royal is going to kind of lag behind and start prying apart some of these crates, and then using the wood. He's probably either going to reinforce this little barracks to make it a little more zombie-proof, in case they need a place to fall back to. And if there's anything left over, he's going to try to make a nice reclaimed wood coffee table.
Okay. You can do that. If you go in the tents, there are other crates that you can use. And just for funsies, I say you're able to actually roll me for your carpenter's tools real quick.
Okay, that's just a straight proficiency check, right?
Yes, so D20 plus your proficiency, I believe.
Okay, so this is +4. 18 in total.
18. You are definitely able to reinforce this small barrack. And with that, I say you also make a pretty nice reclaimed coffee table, I would say.
Royal's inspecting his work and he's proud of it.
Yeah, he's really good at carpentry, man.
Yeah. Maybe he makes a couple of those Muskoka chairs too, and just kind of sits back with his tankard of plenty.
Yeah, it takes a bit, but you see that not only has Royal reinforced the barrack just in case you need to fall back to it, you have a pretty nice coffee table and chairs to sit and relax in.
Royal's just gonna take a short rest, being like, "Oh, this was actually a nice place to go for vacation, Milo."
Well, I thought you'd like it. You never get out of the, country.
Yeah, I've never been on a boat trip before. Are they always this pleasant?
Well, most of the time. Mine was pretty pleasant the first time.
Yes, that's what Royal does to keep himself from causing more mischief.
All right. I will say, what are Lucy and Rollin doing?
Ron's gonna keep an eye out for Lucy while she's doing the the tiny hut.
Yeah, she'll take 10 minutes to cast Tiny Hut, and then I guess just hang out in the hut.
Okay. You hang out in the hut. I would say by the time that Royal is done with his uh carpentry work, it is getting close to nighttime, so the dark skies are getting even darker. Who's taking what watch?
I think Royal will take first watch if uh, no one else wants to.
Who all has dark vision?
Not Royal.
Excellent. I'll take the last watch when it's getting lighter.
I'll take third.
RJ, you're muted.
Oh, sorry. That leaves me with second.
Okay, so Royal, you are able to stay up for the first watch. It's still light enough for you to see most things. Um, so go ahead and please roll me a perception check.
With gusto. That is 13 plus 4, 17.
17. As you're sitting in your reclaimed coffee table and chairs, looking out with your tankard like an old man on a porch, you look around and everything around you, with the darkening of the night, seems to grow even more foreboding, darker silhouettes. And you swear you can see certain things move here and there, but nothing in particular catches your eye.
I think every now and then he'll just throw a rock to where he thinks he saw movement.
Okay, you do that.
Sadie.
Sorry, my cat's meowing really loudly outside my door. I love that it picks that up, but sometimes it doesn't pick me up. Uh, but a rock. Okay. You hear a lot of clattering noises from the rock, but nothing comes out.
Okay, I think that satisfies Royal's
Yeah, you go back to
interest.
leaning on your chair.
Yeah.
Your tankard. Get off my lawn.
Go on now, get.
And you can go ahead and get Len for the second.
Say
Well-
Len would have stayed up
Okay.
to write some letters and then take his watch and then go to sleep.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a perception check for you, Len.
14.
14. With a 14, the night's darker now. You still in the silence. You hear cat.
I gotta go save that cat. Hold on.
In the silence of this island, it's very eerie. You can hear the waves crashing from far away, and the groaning of what once were trees but now are dead, rotted husks, moving in the faint wind that is blowing through the island. And it's unnerving. It is that eerie silence where you feel that the slightest movement you make sounds like you're blasting it out on a speaker. It sounds louder than what you're used to. And you do see some movement farther away. Strangely enough, not on the ground, but up in the sky.
What the fuck is that?
And then it disappears.
Journal writes. Also
I'm gonna
turns
open
back to some paper.
my door 1 second for my cat. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves.
My dearest Navara, we have made it to these cursed lands. I think you'd like it here. We
This
fought
place
some
is
sort of-
weird. I think you'd like it.
We fought some zombified folk. It was a bit unnerving. saw something big in the sky. It was also unnerving.
It's like one of
Pass
those
on.
Civil War letters.
Pass on these notes to the good doctor for me.
To my dearest Jenny, I hope this letter finds you in good health.
Do not pass on this next bit. Bunch of smut.
Well, as you write your your medical letters and your smutty letters, time passes.
Don't mix those up together.
Don't mix those up. Next, Milo, it is your turn.
I'll update Milo on what I saw in the sky and to be on the lookout.
He nods as he pulls on his shirt. Feathers cover the back half of his back, like upper half of his back, as he tugs on his shirt. We'll keep an eye out for it. Sure will.
All right, Milo. Good luck. Wake us up if anything happens. Well, wake us up if you're about to die.
All right. Will
lad.
do.
Good lad. Pats him on the shoulder.
Muted.
Milo, please roll me a perception check. I was just talking very quietly. I was distracted.
Perception. And that is a 17.
17. With a 17, as you sit watching the lay of the land around you, no insects to accompany you, no movement of nighttime critters, just silence and waves. You said 18?
17.
17. You swear off in the distance you see some branches moving pretty far away from you. You don't know if it's a trick of the night sky, but they almost seem like hands or arms.
Just focus on that for a bit. Make a note of it for Lucy.
Okay. The rest of the night passes. Your watch over. You're able to wake Lucy up.
Hand her the note. So this is what I saw. I hate the quiet. Goes back to bed. His handwriting's very childish.
She just hands the little notebook back to him.
Thank you. Goes off with it.
Hang on to it until we get back.
When Milo returns, Royal will wake up briefly, hand Milo his notebook, which is just a flip book of Royal stabbing a zombie.
Flip through it. That's really good, Royal.
There is nothing else of note in the book.
Goes up next to Royal, holds both books, and falls asleep.
During Lucy's watch, as it gets time to her morning check-in with her patron, she'll try and connect again.
Still a bit of a struggle, and you still hear them a bit farther away, but more clear. Check-in.
Everyone's here and accounted for. I'm covering the last hour of my watch now. So far, everyone's healthy. Nothing has attacked us in the night as far as I'm aware.
Good. I looked over the runes of that circle for you.
Oh.
Yes, it is quite complicated. Seems whoever did this knew what they were doing. I believe it's still bound to the material plane. I don't believe it'll take you anywhere else. The infernal runes could be depending on who made it.
All right.
but it's definitely an interesting one. It doesn't seem like it'll teleport you terribly far away. If not, it would have had this room on the top left. That would have accounted for the distance. And she kind of goes into a bit of an explanation. But that's just me. I won't bore you with those details.
Do you think we should take it, or do you want us to keep pushing in?
That is up to you.
All right. I'll let the others know when they wake up. I left a package for you with Captain Bullseye.
All right. I'll receive it.
Well, for if I don't make it back.
Ah. Right. I'll make sure to receive it if you do not make it back.
She'll end the call.
Make a perception check for your watch.
$19.
19.
18 plus a 1. That's the best I think Lucy's ever rolled on perception without spending a 20.
With the 19, the light is coming up. Again, it's still dark and has that stormy overcast, but it is a lighter time of day. Again, it's the quiet, not even the wind anymore, just the far off sounds of waves crashing very far off. And you think that as the sun rises and even in a overcast day, light would pierce through and shine on certain parts of the island, but the island itself seems to have this constant dark cast to it. But you don't see anything. Much like Royal, you think you may see certain things moving, and then you're not sure. Off in the distance.
Yeah, every now and then, Royal is going to huck a rock in the direction of where he sees movement.
You can do that once you wake up.
Oh, yeah.
But your watch passes. You have all successfully been able to spend a quiet night in this tiny hut. Very smart. And you are able to move on to the next leg of your journey. What would you like to do? You're muted.
Milo puts his armor back on.
Lucy's going to relay what her patron told her during her check-in about that spell circle.
Well, I could step through.
If one goes, we should all go.
Okie dokie.
Does anyone have the ability to use the teleportation circle?
I'm sorry, I left that in my other spell book.
Pretty sure if you just hit it a couple times, it works.
Insight check on Milo's advice. She rolled a 3. Yep, she believes that's how it works.
Yeah. I mean, you step into the teleportation circle core, and other people are able to activate it for you, so that clearly would work.
Royal kind of looks to Milo and says,
"Oh, that sounds right, but I have an idea."
and he takes off his little cavalier hat, and he shakes it over the circle repeatedly, and using his hat of vermin, a frog will fall out of it.
Do you keep that in there all the time?
Yeah.
Yes, pretty much. You never know when it's going to come in handy.
Is that Gregory?
It's actually just a magically constructed vermin. It'll disappear in 1 hour, or when it drops to 0 HP.
Did you steal my pet frog, Royal?
No, but it was just inspired by Gregory.
Okay.
As the frog flops out of the hat and falls onto the circle, you just hear the wet slap of just a frog just landing on the ground.
Royal is very invested in this. He's leaning in closely. He pokes the teleportation circle a few times.
You get the sense that you need to activate it somehow. I mean, the teleportation circle itself is there. It just kind of needs the juice that frog cannot provide, unfortunately.
Well, I think that's enough magical experimentation. Should we head towards what Royal saw?
Yeah. 1 second, as Milo kind of steps outside the house and taps his breastplate again and casts Divine Sense. It's for any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover.
There's a lot of undead.
We'll come back in. So there's like a fucking party of undead out here?
Right.
Royal will look up to Milo. Just point me in the right direction.
He points all around him.
Excellent. They've got us surrounded. They're right where I want them to be.
Hey, Milo, did you update everybody else on what I saw last night about the big flying fuck off thing?
A flying
Oh,
fuck
I
off
put it in
thing.
my note. I put it in my note, Miss Lucy.
There was a flying fuck off thing last night.
How far away?
Far away.
Where?
Yeah, it was up maybe over 100 feet away.
Did you see which direction it was going in?
It like just vanished, right? Like I took my eyes off it and then
yeah,
it's
and it was
gone.
gone.
I tried to make a note of it, but by the time I looked back up, it was gone.
Great.
Well, being outgunned, outmatched, let's go forward and fuck some undead up.
We are outgunned, outmanned, outnumbered, outplanned. It's gonna take an all-out stand. I'm sorry. Hamilton just bursts out of me sometimes.
We might be outmanned, but they're outmatched. And Royal is going to kind of just start running in the direction that Milo pointed.
No,
No,
Royal,
wait.
I'm gonna grab him by the collar.
No. I want to see where this goes.
I don't want to die.
Royal's legs are
Okay,
kicking.
so-
Lucy's holding onto his
Not
cloak.
gonna learn unless you let him.
Give me an hour.
So you're in the barracks. You have the teleportation circle. You have undead around you. Where are you going?
Lucy's gonna take an hour to first detune to an item and reattune to her Cloak of Elvenkind.
Okay.
Oh gosh, what am I taking off? You know what? I need to hang on. Gosh. All right. I will let my party decide. Do I remove Lucy's amulet of proof against detection or her boots of teleportation?
How far can you teleport with those?
Back to court. They're a one-way ticket back to court.
Yeah, you don't need those. You're fine here.
Yeah.
Cool.
You don't need to make an expedient escape. Wait. Is it just you who gets teleported?
No,
or
it's
is
the
it
whole
all of
party.
us? I think Royal would say the boots just because he's exactly where he wants to be.
Milo and Rollin. One vote for boots.
We've already got a teleportation circle.
Wow, that's wow. What are you proofing yourself against detection from?
My former employer.
Oh boy, fuck. I don't know. Probably a boot.
Puts a hand on Lucy. I know I'm not your doctor, but I'll follow you. My vote's your vote, so whatever.
That is not an answer, Lynn.
I'm not taking a vote.
Well, boots it is then. Here we go.
All right. Dia tunes to the boots.
If we need a get out of jail free card, that's our get out of jail free card.
After an hour, yeah.
Mhm.
It's okay. I can fight for an hour.
While Lucy's tuning and all that jazz, just poking at the circle, can I make some kind of arcana check?
Sure.
Not the brightest bulb in the box, but oh, cool, 17.
17. Yeah, you're familiar with teleportation circles, especially after being at court for a bit. You do know that if the proper amount of magic is kind of like pumped into them, it can be activated and you can walk through. So you could try that. You don't know too many specifics about teleportation magics. You personally can't tell where this leads or what the runes mean, but you get the gist.
Kind of crouch down over him, place my hand kind of just on the outer circle. I wonder. And I'll do from my class aspect. No, I'll just put a third level spell into it and see what happens.
Is the frog still in the circle?
Did you keep it in the circle? Or did you
The
let it
frog will
hop
try
off?
to get away from me. I don't control it.
Okay. One second. I believe the frog probably moved around. Went out, saw that it was dry, came back in.
Do we need more frogs?
Okay. You put a third level spell into it.
Mm-hmm.
You see parts of it start to glow.
He'll just grin. I did magic, folks, as he starts putting his lay on hands magics into it. Oh, he'll put in 20 of that.
Okay. As you put in more magic into it, you see more of the teleportation just start to light up. Energy crackling between the runes.
Royal's going to reach into his hat, pull out a rat, and then throw it at that.
It almost consumes the magic that is this fake vermin, and you see one small rune light up.
Hey, look, I'm helping.
Yes, yes, you are.
Okay, that's 2 charges on that of burn.
See part of the magic like sap out and suck in the frog. Another rune lights up. There's one last rune in the middle that is unlit.
You know what? Let's see if it'll suck the magic out of this, because I don't need it. Lucy's going to toss her Inker's armband onto the circle. And see if the circle will take the magic out of that.
You take it and you throw it in the circle, and part of the magic in there starts to zap it. It reacts to the metal almost like lightning would, but then it starts to disintegrate it and almost melts into it as you see that middle rune, the biggest one, start to slowly light up.
Neat. Milo stand and look to the others. Forward to adventure?
And Royal will get his rapier out.
Lucy will take
Venture, I
out her
guess.
sword.
Tally ho!
Uh, and if no one tries to stop him, Royal's just gonna run into it.
Lucy will grab him by the collar.
No!
Could you
We
stop
all
doing that?
Go together.
But what if it's not safe? What happens if it blasts me apart?
Then you'll have a whole team to back you up as you save the day. She'll pat him on the back.
You're lucky I estimate you about 300 GP worth of diamond.
Okay. Then
Jump in together.
Yeah.
They'll step up into this teleportation circle. You can tell the magic's different than the one you're used to at core, because the magic acts a lot like lightning and starts striking at parts of you. It doesn't hurt, but you feel a bit of a shiver as it encompasses you in a flash of magic. And you get this familiar feeling of the ground leaving from underneath your feet and almost falling. And then within a blink of an eye, another flash of light of this blue lightning like magic, you appear in a room. The room itself is large. It you look around and you see what's the word? I forgot in English. Almost ingredients on shelves, very neatly labeled.
Spice rack.
components.
Components, yeah. A bit of a storage area. You see jars of different types of materials, dried plants hanging, and whoever would want to can make a perception check.
My perception rolls are back to normal. It's below a 10.
Wap, bop, loo, bam, wap,
Wop
bam,
bamboo.
15.
21 in total.
Milo's just gonna pop another divine sense.
Okay. We'll go through the perception checks first. Whoever rolled above a 15, or if I would say 14-ish, you can tell this is a very different environment, this room, compared to where you were. You're not sure if you're still on the island or not. But those who rolled more than a 10 can hear a voice outside, not right outside the door, but someone, you can't tell what they're saying, but a very faint voice. And Milo, you can't sense any undead, but you
Celestial fiends.
You get a ping, a fiend.
Kind of just straightens up and kind of pulls everybody back as he bolsters his shield and sword. So we have a fiend.
I think Royal was just about to shout his name when he gets pulled behind.
That's all I can detect, yeah.
Which direction?
It's
Kind of
you sent them at the edge of your 60 feet.
point in that direction.
Mm-hmm. Out of the door.
Royal's going to go up to that component rack, ingredients, and just start investigating them.
Lucy will
and if he
assist
can't,
him.
I was going to say, if he can't read the label, he's just going to throw it over his shoulder.
Lucy will lift him up to assist him, so he can get some advantage on that.
Okay. Go ahead and roll investigation.
Okay. Is this with advantage because I'm being assisted? Or is this...
Sure.
Would you say it's...
Now,
I
are you sure it's a fiend or is it a devil? Because there's a really big distinction between the two.
One is a 6. The other one is a 16.
16. you let me see what languages. The labels aren't in any language that you speak.
Mhm.
But with a 16, you're able to identify a few. One of them, the bottles has a very familiar color that is similar to the sand that you were in, but it's much
Yeah.
more refined. The bone sand that
Mm.
you were in. Um,
Neat. So I have a bottle of bone
you
sand.
have a bottle of bone sand. You find a collection of very expensive incense. You can tell it just by the smell and the oh hello. There's
Hello there.
uh
Hey.
there is some nice parchments. You see a set of inks. This is very much components for spells. You see different types of colored dust that you're not sure, you can't really make out, but they glitter a bit as you move them around.
Okay. Do. Royal's pocketing all of this.
Okay. You can put fancy parchment, inks as well, incense, gem dust, and bone dust.
Alrighty. And I think all of those are custom items except for the parchment and ink.
I believe you should get incense in there as well.
Okay. I will double check that. I just
Yes.
guessed on incense.
Yes.
And
So-
Royal's a little disappointed. He's like, I can't cook with any of these.
No, they're definitely not cooking materials. How long are you spending doing this?
As long as Lucy's willing to kind of hold him up.
My strength is a +0, so Lucy will say, "Are you done yet? My arms are hurting."
Hold on, I could trade off.
Pass the baby.
Pass the baby. Okay.
Milo
Royal's
will
just
keep.
floats in the air in between.
Lucy's gonna investigate the rest of the room.
Yeah. You see that the room itself, it's almost like a pantry of components. So there are many kinds of things. There's you can see different types of like gold dust, silver dust, other things that smell bad, but you're not can you speak infernal?
No, but I have comprehend language and I have it prepared,
Okay.
so I'll cast that.
Yeah.
Now I can.
Now you can. The labels are a mixture of infernal. There's some in abyssal, others in draconic. And there's backguano, crystals, certain types of sages, ash, just different types of spell components. This seems to be like a stock room for that.
Does this seem like a general stockroom, or does this seem like it would lead towards one sort of spellcaster class?
It is. They kind of use the same components at
Okay.
times.
There's not like that one item that I'm just like, ooh, you're not a wizard.
I will say I'll double check.
Okay.
Let me see.
Warlocks use this kind of parchment.
Warlocks don't
written
use
in-
shit. We get it from our patrons.
Yeah.
We got that daddy
Magic,
money.
please.
Magic daddy.
Yeah.
Or money money, depending.
Glucose Guardian.
You're able to tell some of these would be roll me a Arcana check.
14.
14. You also see some fancy chalks in different colors. With a 14, you're able to tell that some of these are of the sorcerer kind.
Might be dealing with a sorcerer, Valen.
Great.
Want me to sneak out of the room and take a look?
Be careful.
she's going to check the door to make sure it's not trapped or locked.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
It's a 13. I'm back to my really great rolls.
Not trapped or locked.
She'll slowly open it, put her hood up, and then sneak out.
Okay. The door opens. No creak. Seems well maintained. You see that there's a hall that leads to a larger room.
She's gonna stealth out with a 21.
21. Okay. You hear the voice. It's a very deep yet soothing voice. Kind of relaxing voice. You can't make out what they're saying yet, but you hear it growing louder as you stealth. And as you end the small hallway and peek around the corner, you see that it opens up to a sort of living area. There are a lot of books around. Nothing really matches. There's tables and chairs, books on shelves around, and on one of the chairs you see a humanoid of sorts. A very tall, red-skinned gentleman. They have black hair tied back, horns on their head, and two wings sprouting from their back. They are sitting comfortably in a chair with a cup of tea, reading over a book.
Can I vibe check them?
It's an insight check.
I'm renaming it vibe check.
Yeah,
It's
you
a
can,
5. I'm gonna spend a nat 20.
Yeah, you can spend a nat 20.
Fine. This looks like a very trustful Satan.
I will show just you what you see.
Okay.
I don't think. Well, actually, I don't think I can show just you, but I will show to the players. You see this gentleman. How much? Not 20.
Mm-hmm.
At this moment, they don't seem threatening. They are relaxed. They're just reading a book. There's nothing. I mean, you can tell they have a large stature. They're broad shoulders. But right now they're just relaxed.
Do
having
I see
some me time?
It's a spa day. It's his
spa
me
day.
time. Do I see any like holy symbols or like religious symbols on him? Is there a family crest anywhere? Is this an extended family member?
Does he have a book that says "My one weakness"?
Go ahead and roll
This is
an
weakness
investigation.
gun.
Make an investigation check. I would say with disadvantage because you're only peeking. You're not going into the room.
Oh, balls. My first roll is a 22. Second roll.
Okay.
It is a 19. Okay, that's still good.
Okay. 18. You don't see any family crests. You do see some almost decorative on the wall, some writing. It seems to be a mixture of Sylvan with Primordial.
Am I still within the 10 minutes to see what it says?
Yeah, it's more of a script. It says, in a place of learning, everything can be discovered.
Okay, so he's probably a scholarly type.
Mm-hmm.
Lucy's gonna take a deep breath and take down her hood and say, "Excuse me. Hi."
As you...
She's putting on her friendliest face.
Yeah. As you do that, you see them look around first, very confused, and then they look to you and like, hello? and they're kind of stiff, like it's kind of waiting to see what you're gonna do, and you're waiting to see what he's gonna do. And he has like his cup of tea just like midair.
My friends and I stumbled through a spell circle, and I think we wound up in your storage room. Would you mind telling me where we are?
Right. Well, I wish I would have known I was going to have guests. I would have cleaned up.
I mean, I would have put on a nicer dress had I seen someone as nice as you that I might be spending the evening with, so. Would you mind if I go get my
Right.
friends?
Oh, there's more of you. Oh,
3.
uh,
Well, 2.5. He's short.
right. Yes, and you see him stand up and kind of dust his. He's wearing a nice shirt. It's like kind of open, just relaxed, and some comfortable pants. But as he stands up and kind of flexes back, you see the wings moving, and he is a very tall gentleman. He's about 8 feet tall.
And I've seen the photo, y'all. He's cute.
Um,
He 8 foot tall and cute.
Damn.
right. Yes. You're not here to like steal or attack, are you? Because I would hate to ruin my nice area here.
I mean, I'm more of in a defensive mode these days, and
Mm-hmm.
I haven't stolen anything other than a friend's wallet in quite some time. But that was as a joke. I gave it back.
Okay. Yes. Do you come in with tea?
Yes. She'll just turn around on her heel and go
Yeah.
get the others. The door opens, not quietly. So there's a lovely winged gentleman. He's invited us to tea. Points to Royal. Put back everything that you have in your pockets.
Aw,
Do I have to?
Yes.
Do you want to
Yes.
see my scary face again?
Mm. Fine. And he floats back up to the spice rack and starts putting everything in the wrong place.
When he
Can't-
leaves, Rollin will reorganize.
When Roland leaves, Roland will put it back in the wrong place. No, yeah.
Milo, are you okay to be around a fiend?
Yeah, why not?
You got a little tense before I went out of here. Just checking.
Oh no, so sorry. Sometimes fiends kind of just startle me because their magic is kind of abrasive against mine. It just kind of like electric shock. That's about it. So yeah, I'm fine.
Got you. Well, this one seems really nice. And he's cute. Come on, this way.
All right.
Royal will lean over to Milo and just say,
so are we killing the fiend when we get the chance?
Nah, I mean, if they're not really bothering us, we shouldn't really bother them.
Yeah, I thought that was your thing, though. You went
I'm
around
an
smiting evil.
oathbreaker. No, not really.
You're an oathbreaker. You just do whatever you want.
Yeah. As
No
you
gods
walk-
have their chains on me, so I don't fucking care.
As you walk out, you see a tall gentleman, red skin, horns that kind of come back over his head. Really beautiful, almost like a crown. Black hair tied back loosely. Black facial hair that kind of comes to a point. Mustache. Relaxed wear. Just around the home wear. And he has set out tea for people. And you see the large red wings on his back. Hello.
Hey,
Thank you for letting us into your humble abode. We respectfully. Oh, I didn't get you anything.
Well, I don't think I let you in and you kind of just came in, but I accept you as guest. should
I
you
explained
wish.
that we stumbled through the spell circle and wound up here.
Do you like black jasmine tea?
Yes, I do actually.
Do you have a kettle? I can go.
Oh yes, there it's and he'll point to like a little door that's like a just a small far it's a small room and it has like a wood burning stove, and some teacups and kettles and tea ingredients.
Roland's just gonna busy himself making tea.
Is this so
And
he doesn't have to lie?
Yeah.
Awesome. You're leaving the person who can't lie.
So it's been some time since I've seen alive people.
Where are we?
Dread Island, Undead Isles, No Man's Land.
Oh. Huh.
I assumed you were meant to be here because I don't really have. Are there other teleportation circles outside of this?
no, just kind of activated yours.
Oh. I will have to try and hide that one better. But usually there's not people that can use it on this island as they are all dead.
Hmm.
Right. Why
So-
are you here?
Yeah.
Oh, first of all, my apologies. My name is Sacronus. You can call me Zach. My friends call me Zach. But I am a researcher, and I've heard of this place. Well, currently we are in the old library of this island. I have spent many years making this place a safer place to be in for myself. I mean, the books here and the knowledge here is unimaginable, really. So it's worth the effort.
Right. Yes, we were sent here to recover something for safekeeping. You haven't happened to see any cultists come through, have you?
He's gonna do an insight check on you. 11. I've seen some. Usually they are taken care of by the land.
Any with a tiefling woman? About yay tall. She like reaches up to Danny's height.
Yeah.
Yay tall gives her physical description.
Not personally. I've seen the remains of cultists.
Oh.
They have like a black hood with certain stripes on them.
You wouldn't happen to know what the stripes mean, would you?
No, unfortunately, I do not. I am,
Hmm.
despite the appearance, I am not in fact a cultist.
Yeah.
Neither am I. So we have that in common.
Yes. Nor do I have a cult for me. I am not that important, really.
I wouldn't mind one.
So you just come out to an island that's full dead, do a bunch of scholarly work, and that's it?
Oh yes, it's been great being left alone with books.
On whose
Gosh, I
behalf
have so
are
many
you?
people that would get along so well with you.
Yeah, I think Royal's gonna lean back in the seat he's in, probably sitting on a book so he can actually, be at somewhat of an eye level. He hasn't touched
That's
the
it's a
tea.
lot of books. He's standing and he's 8 feet
Yeah.
tall.
I mean, like, were Zach also be sitting?
Mhm.
I think Royal will just ask, on whose behalf are you working?
My
Or did-
own.
You just escaped the nine hells to.
Mind you, I was born in the material plane.
Fiends can be born in the material plane.
Demons can be born.
I'm a
What came first, the chicken or the egg?
I am a Cambion, half fiend. My mother was
Go over to him and see if he has a belly button.
Yeah.
Roland puts a hand on Royal's shoulder. You see, when two fiends love each other very much, Royal.
Well, actually, I am half fiend. He does have a belly button. He kind of like looks at you, poke him. Please don't do that. A bit ticklish. My mother was a Goliath, and my father was a very ballsy incubus.
Get the fuck out of here.
Right. Well,
So I
You
was
would-
born here. Yes.
thank you for establishing the record of your birth.
Well, you
Um,
were at, to be honest.
Right. Sorry, I'm not good with people.
Slap his belly.
Don't.
How
What?
would you feel
Milo.
about helping us? And that's all I got. How would you feel about helping us?
Master negotiator.
Lucy is very thrown by Milo poking this gentleman in the belly button.
Uh,
She's traveling with the two most unprofessional party members this time around.
Milo, as you hit his belly, it's a pretty solid belly.
I'll just give a nod and go back to Royal.
Are your friends always this tactile?
I was
Acquaintances.
forced to work with them.
I haven't touched him at all.
Right. Help you what?
We're working for a group that's trying to prevent the cultists that keep coming to this island from getting what they want. We've already recovered one artifact that they were going after. We're looking for more so that they can be locked away and hopefully one day destroyed.
Right. You're not like evil. I mean, I know I'm a Cambion, half fiend, all that, but I don't necessarily care for world-ending things. As you know, I live in this world.
Yeah, no, I don't care for it either. That's why I'd like to lock
Right.
them away. Also,
Right,
one
right.
recently attacked my father, so I'd like to. It's getting personal now. I just want to lock them away out of spite, really.
Okay, yeah, that's personal. I could try and help you with what I know. What exactly are you looking for?
Were we told which one was thought to be here
No,
before we left?
they just know that there is an artifact there. You don't know what it is.
We're not sure. We know there's an artifact here. We're not sure which one.
Artifacts. I could help you with some research, or I haven't actually traveled most of the land. I kind of made my way here and then started clearing this out and protecting it. But
You wouldn't happen to have a map of what you've cleared out, would you?
I do. Yes, I could help you with that. You can make a copy of it.
While this is going on, Royal has a skill called Know Your Enemy, where spend at least 1 minute observing or interacting with another creature. I'm going to determine this creature's. I can glean two things. I'm going to go with armor class and HP.
Okay. You can tell by the way they are built, they do not have armor on
Okay.
or anything. But by the way that they are built, their size, the broadness of their shoulders, they have a hefty armor class. It is a AC of 19.
Mhm.
And their HP is 110.
Mm. Okay, Royal is definitely making mental notes of this. I think Royal's hackles are up a little bit, probably very noticeably.
You
Sure.
okay there?
Yeah. Just a little iffy after teleportation.
Which is,
Right.
you probably don't even need to insight check that he is lying.
He's using the Kermit voice. He's not good.
Mhm.
Right.
Milo's just sipping the tea.
Research would be good. Rowland's good at research, aren't you, Rowland?
Depends. I'm more of a practical applications kind of guy. You do something enough times, you get the hang of it.
Research is boring.
Books in general
All
are
sound like a
boring.
very fine lot.
Hey, we do have some good skills.
I mean, you made it all the way here. I can appreciate that. Right. So no tea.
But I
Okay.
Royal just holds up his tankard.
Mhm.
I've got that covered.
Okay.
Mr. Zach, are you a sugar or honey type of fellow?
I haven't had honey in a while.
Whoop.
Beautiful. That's amazing. Where is this from? He kind of starts inspecting the bottle.
Oh, it's from a small bee farm in Loomberry. They specialize in white honey.
Oh, that's beautiful. I would love to try this, if I may. Take it and put it in his tea. He sits back down, relax. This is delicious. Are you guys in a hurry?
Yes.
Oh. Right.
But if you have a story to tell us about anything pertaining to what we're looking for.
Well, what is this artifact, first of all? Is it tied to any deity or a type of magic or...
A deity long dead. Dealing in chaotic and... I'm forgetting the word that goes along with her. Chaotic and... Corruption. Corruption. That's the word. Brain squirrels.
That's not good. And he'll kind of sit back and think, kind of going through a mental Rolodex. And you see the vapor, not vapor, the steam off his tea kind of like obscure part of his face. Well, I might know something about that. And with that, we'll end off today's episode. Thank you, everybody, so much for joining us and watching through this. I hope you enjoyed the shenanigans. But with that, we're gonna do a quick outro. You can find our ads down there. It doesn't matter. We're not here to talk about ourselves at the end. We're here to talk about our lovely charities that we back. I will go ahead and start, and then we'll go ahead and do the same order that we went in. So it'll be me. Go ahead. Hi, everyone. I'm Satan. Have a bit of brain scrolls today, but thank you for sitting through this game with me and joining in and talking in the chat. I enjoy your comments. But I back the charity, the Loveland Foundation. It is a foundation that provides Black women and girls with free therapy sessions. And I will tell you right now exactly. So they partner up with different organizations like Therapy for Black Girls, National Queer and Trans Therapists of Color Network, Talkspace, and the Open Path Collective to provide recipients with comprehensive list of mental health professionals across the country. And they provide high quality and culturally competent services specifically to Black women and girls. So every time you are donating to this fund, you are helping them get opening up doors for Black women and girls to get free mental health sessions with these therapists. So anything helps because mental health is really important, especially in this time. So the link is in the chat if you would like to see it. Thanks to our awesome producer. But with that, I will go to Saucefire.
Why, hello there. I'm Saucefire, also known as Gray, and I'm going to be shouting out Child's Play Charity. I think many of you probably are at least tangentially aware of Child's Play, but if not, they are a charity that is dedicated to improving the lives of children with toys and games in over 185 hospitals across the world. I have seen firsthand just the kind of work they do, and I know how much of an impact it has. And if you want to learn more about them, go to the link in the chat. Yeah, that is all I got. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Next, we'll go to RJ.
Hey everybody, I'm RJ, and today I'm championing the Black Visions Collective, which is a Black, trans, and queer-led organization that is committed to dismantling systems of oppression and violence. Hey y'all, you know what season it is? It's tax season, and you know what you could do with your charitable donations? Deduct them off your tax refund. Up to 60% on your adjusted gross, I think, in the US. So, you know, if not for out of the goodness of your heart, donate.
I thought you were going for a rhyme there.
I thought so too. I was waiting for it. I was waiting for a pun.
Not out of the goodness of your own heart, fart.
Thank you for that lovely rhyme, RJ. With that, we'll go over to Jen.
Hi, I'm Jen, and I'm championing the Bail Project. It is a nonprofit organization that combats mass incarceration by disrupting the money bail system. They wish to restore the presumption of innocence, reunite families, and challenge a system that criminalizes race and poverty. Their mission is to end a unjust cash bail system and create more of a equitable and humane pre-trial system.
Thank you for that. Last but not least, our amazing host and producer, Sarah.
Hey guys, if you haven't caught on yet, if you're recently joining us, hey, this is a charity channel. We like to talk about our favorite charities, and my wonderful friends have helped me donate to charity every month since I can't remember when of last year, but we've done a whole lot. And if you'd like to see those charitable donations and be a part of our charitable giving community, you can check all that information out on Discord. I post all of the donations we do every time I get a payout from Twitch. I make the donation and then I post what Twitch paid me out and also the amount that went to that charity. So it's been a lot of fun. Thank you everyone for letting me do this, for being a part of it, for making it possible for me to do this, even in a pandemic. It's been really cool to see so many of my friends and strangers on the internet just make a little bit of a difference in the world every month. But anyways, enough about that. My charity of choice is thetrevorproject.org. That is the charity that we are donating to currently on this channel and will be for the next year. They provide counseling and crisis support to members of the LGBTQIA+ community. And as a member of the Alphabet Mafia, that is very near and dear to my heart and very important to me. So if you'd like to donate, go click on the link. Click on any of the links. If you want to make an NPC in our world, you can go to any of the links that are in chat today. Make a $5 to $10 donation or more if you're feeling more generous and you want that tax write-off. And at me on Twitter, and I will put you in touch with our lovely DM who will create an NPC with you for the world. That will be a very important part of the story. We recently had one come in. Y. Scott made a donation to one of our charities, and he created the Tabaxi bard. The name is escaping me at the moment.
Tabitha Tabington.
Tabitha Tavington.
They are Tabby Tabaxi.
I mean, if they were a black cat Tabaxi, I would just be disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so they're now a part of our world. They're someone that we will be interacting with in the future when we are back at court. And I don't know, they might cause some problems for my character. I don't know about the rest of y'all. But you guys can affect our world here in many different ways. And, if you can't do any of that because times are tough and funds are a little bit hard to, disperse, just stick around and hang out with us for a while. Talk to us in chat. Get those channel points, and you can still be a part of the fun and the shenanigans that happen on this channel. And with that, we are going to sign off for the day and just remind everybody, hydrate and drink your water. No, coffee does not count, Satan. Take your meds if you haven't taken them today. Eat something healthy today. And also find someone that you love and tell them that you love them just because you can. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.